Ontology as the foundation of scholarly inquiry and transformative teaching. Ontology, in its philosophical origin, addresses the fundamental question of being. It is concerned with the nature, structure, and categories of reality, and with what it means for something to exist. In research, ontology is not an abstract, ornamental concept. It constitutes the foundational assumptions a scholar makes about the nature of the phenomena under investigation. It establishes what the researcher considers real, what can be known about that reality, and consequently, what is worth exploring. Ontological positions vary significantly. Realism assumes that reality exists independently of human perception, and that the research endeavor should strive to uncover objective truths about that reality. For example, a realist investigating educational reform might ask, what is the measurable effect of teacher professional development programs on learner academic achievement? Relativism, by contrast, maintains that reality is socially and culturally constructed, meaning that multiple realities exist and must be understood in context. A relativist might therefore ask, how do teachers from diverse cultural backgrounds experience and interpret recent curriculum changes? Critical realism offers an intermediary perspective. It acknowledges that a reality external to human thought exists, but accepts that our access to it is always mediated by social, cultural, and historical positioning. For example, a critical realist might ask, what underlying social, economic, and institutional structures shape teachers' classroom practices, and how do these structures interact with teachers' own interpretations and agency? Idealism places consciousness at the center, suggesting that reality is constructed through ideas, perceptions, and mental processes. In doctoral research, ontology is foundational for three principal reasons. First, it frames the research questions. As seen above, different ontological positions generate fundamentally different inquiries. Second, it shapes methodological choice, aligning philosophical commitments with the tools of inquiry. Quantitative methods often resonate with realist assumptions. Qualitative and narrative approaches tend to reflect relativist commitments, and mixed or layered designs often serve critical realist aims. Third, it ensures philosophical coherence, creating alignment between ontology, what is real, epistemology, how we know, and methodology, how we study. Doctoral examiners routinely assess this coherence as a measure of scholarly rigor, and an explicit statement of ontological position helps situate the study within its broader theoretical and disciplinary landscape. Ontology is equally consequential in transformative teaching practice. Teaching is inherently an ontological act because it shapes learners' ways of being. Traditional hegemonic models of education often operate on an unspoken realist assumption that there is one fixed, universally valid reality, a position that tends to privilege dominant, frequently Eurocentric, knowledge systems. By contrast, transformative teaching acknowledges the existence and legitimacy of multiple realities, including indigenous, marginalized, and experiential ways of knowing. This recognition is not merely additive, it is disruptive in that it challenges epistemic injustice and reconfigures the classroom as a pluralistic space of knowledge creation. From this perspective, curriculum design itself is a form of ontological work. It constructs certain realities while silencing others. Drawing on Paulo Freire's critical pedagogy, transformative educators see teaching as the practice of freedom, an endeavor that engages learners in critically examining their own being in the world and in envisioning more just and humane futures. Such pedagogy collapses the divide between theory and praxis. It does not simply theorize alternative realities, it enacts them through dialogical engagement, problem-posing education, and collaborative meaning-making. When doctoral research and teaching are anchored in a conscious, well-articulated ontological stance, they move beyond the production of knowledge to the transformation of people. They align scholarly work with ethical and transformative purpose, influencing not only what is known, but who researchers, teachers, and learners become in the act of knowing. Happy learning!